Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here with our senior graduating actually very soon, or spring, fall?
No, actually next month, December.
Actually next month. So Taylor, it's her senior night tonight. I have a couple questions. So Taylor, tell us how how the whole story of the volleyball started. How did you get into the sport?
I actually heard it from my 5th grade PE teacher. She came in with a pamphlet with a club on it and told me to come visit it that weekend, and so I did. And then ever since then, it just kind of clicked, and I fell in love with the game.
She came with what? Sorry, I don't even know what that is.
A pamphlet. So it's like, it has like 3 sections, and it's just like information on it.
Oh,
and it was
like a folder with what volleyball is?
No, what the club was. It was like the
club.
club.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. So you got involved into club volleyball?
Yes, immediately. Like that's the first time I played volleyball was with a club.
Have you always been that tall? Because what are you, 6'2", right?
Yeah, I've always been tall.
Taylor is 6'2". She has really long arms, and so were you always like the tallest girl in the class, or?
Yes. Besides, except for when I got in like 10th grade, then the guys obviously shot up.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yes, I've always been the tallest girl.
Why didn't you ever think about playing basketball?
I hated the physical touch, and I hated like the
Really?
sweatiness and stuff, like touching sweaty people. And then just like I was so tall, so people would hang on me in like middle school. So like I just hated it.
Okay, Taylor. I know you're like a very religious person, and how does religion help you in sports, in volleyball? Like, what does it mean to you? And if you have any religion rituals before the games,
Okay.
if you could talk about it.
Yeah, I'm very open about my religion. I think it's a good thing when people are open about their religion. So, I'm a Christian, and I became like a I became really in tune with my faith my junior year. Like, I really learned what it meant to have a relationship with the Lord, and it's affected my game so much. Not only my game, but me personally. I think I used to put my identity in volleyball, like the numbers, the practices, I would blame myself for those things, and when really I just need to be grateful that I can play the sport. Like I have working legs, working arms, working eyeballs, and all that, and I think the Lord has taught me how to not put my identity in the sport, and that at the end of the day, if I didn't have volleyball, I'd still be able to be okay, be able to live my life, and not feel like without volleyball, I wouldn't know what to do.
I think it's a great answer. To be honest with you, I was a similar player. If I had a bad game, my next few days were ruined. Like all I could think of and blame myself, and basically I would always wait for the next one to prove that I'm good. So I exactly know what you mean, and I think the older you grow, the more you realize like volleyball is not everything. Especially maybe when you're young, you have big hopes. So I'm going to be the best player in the world, but then you realize, you know what? There's few people that can be the best in the world in that sport, and you just realize there's such a way more important things. So
Exactly.
I think your answer is awesome, to be honest, and for the young players that are watching, so they can learn it faster and understand it. I think you had a great answer. Do you have any rituals? Like, do you pray before the game?
Oh,
or?
yes. So, it depends on how much time I have. I always pray before the game, but I usually do it either after we get done digging, like when you're serving the ball to us. I either do it after that, or I do it before we actually go on the court, and when we have like a downtime, I'll do it.
Do you go to like a locker room and hide, or you just do it in front of everyone?
No, I sit on that bench.
Really?
And I take like a quick 30 seconds, and I say my whatever prayer I need to say, however I'm feeling today or that day, and then I start my game. And
yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Like where I come from, no one really it's open about being close to God or religion. And I even see like football players here, they just like 20, 30, 40 players running, and they kneel down and just start praying. Like big guys, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So awesome. But I think the main story with you which is the best, that's the best question I can ask you. So Taylor was basically here 3 years, and she didn't really get much playing time. Did you even get any playing time?
Yes, I would come on the court every now and then. Like if Rachel or Mott got hurt,
Okay.
I'd come on. But I never was like a starter for 3 years.
So yeah, so you could definitely be a starter in most of the teams in America, but you chose to come to Florida. Did you kind of expect that before coming here, that you won't get that much playing time, or how was your?
I didn't realize it because I also didn't know that they were recruiting Rachel. I'm not saying I would have come if they weren't recruiting Rachel, but I didn't realize that. I also didn't take advantage of the time when I did have before Rachel came, and I think I can blame no one but myself. And Rachel actually taught me a lot just about myself, about taking advantage of the moment when I get it.
Yeah, so my question now, how was this 3 years, about just coming to practice, games, not seeing the playing time? What was in your brain, like what was in your head, like how you are a great example of not giving up and just continuing to practice. How was the 3 years of not playing?
Well, I think my first 2 years was before I became a Christian, and that's when I put my identity in the sport. And it was hard for me, and every day I feel like I just sucked, like there's nothing I can do to make me prove myself. And then when I focused more on my faith, it helped me realize that I'm not my sport, like there's so much more to me than just volleyball, and that if I stay faithful to him, then he will reward me in different ways. And I think this year he's rewarding me for staying faithful to him.
That's awesome. So yeah, so for you guys that don't know, so Tay played 3 years, didn't play 3 years, and then it's her final senior year. She's been a starter since the game 1, and it's her senior night tonight. So a great story for those people that I think, just not seeing the court playing time. I think the time will come for everyone. Like I remember we had this conversation in San Augustine. Like people are like afraid of not seeing the court, but it's always something happens, at least from my experience, like either someone gets injured or something happens that even the people that don't even think they'll get a playing time, they somehow end up on the court. I think Morgan is also a great example of that. This year she probably didn't think she was gonna play even for more than a set, and she got some playing time. Next question is yeah, did you have a moment like, obviously you definitely had like, I want to quit and or transfer, or within this 3 years maybe go somewhere else and play?
Yes, I think going back again, like before I knew who the Lord was, I definitely had those moments. I was just like, I don't know why I'm playing volleyball, I'm not having fun, like but then like I said, he taught me like there's more to it than just the game, and he actually taught me to love on others even when I'm not feeling loved myself, and that helped me to focus on something other than myself. So I started putting more focus on the team and others around me, and then it helped me find the love for the game again.
You said junior in college? That late. So how did it happen? Like why? Did you had a great conversation with someone that it just happened junior year in college? You were like, oh.
No, so it's been a work in progress.
Okay.
We have this group here called Athletes in Action. It's a Christian.
Can you bring them down?
It's a Christian organization here that meets with athletes every Monday, and we just learn how to incorporate the Lord in our sport. And he was always talking to me about a camp that happens in the summer. And summer of my junior year, I went up to California, and I got like one-on-one training like for a week, just me and the Lord and they put us in different like situations with different sports and stuff, and I think that's when I really saw what it meant to like live through Christ and not through my sport.
So also I think more players should like get into stuff like that, either like more psychological approach to the game or like religious, like just because there's a lot of like on this level, like this collegiate level, you're gonna struggle. Even if you're the best player, you're definitely gonna struggle, and if you don't know how to solve it, you're definitely gonna be miserable. I definitely agree with that. What's your advice for like young players that want to get to the college level or just want to compete, want to become better?
One thing that I wish I would have done when I was younger is just more like touching the ball more like ball control is something that I wish I would have focused a lot on coming into college, because coming into college you kind of need to learn how to serve and control the balls, like the easy things, and also just have patience and have fun with what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Technique helps, especially in a young age. I have to agree with that. Like in Europe, actually, to be honest with you, we pay way more attention to technique. It's like a big thing. And I feel like in America here, it's a lot about playing 6-on-6 and just let's go hit. You know, you don't really know the proper technique and you just go hit or serve. But yeah, if you're young, you should learn the technique first, and then everything becomes easier. I agree with that. What's your next step? Where you're gonna go? What's the plan? You want to play professional?
So my whole thing about professional is, when I was a freshman, I would have told you, yes, I want to play professional. But now I'm kind of like, if I have to put in the effort and go looking for professionals, like, not really my thing. But if something falls in my lap, then I'm willing to go play.
Maybe if someone will help you out or guide you towards the right side, you may consider.
I consider it, yeah. So afterwards, I am actually taking the GRE to go back to school to be a speech pathologist.
Oh, masters. You want to say in UF?
No, not UF specifically, but anywhere that I apply to. UF's one of my options.
Okay, I think for you, it would be a great idea to go abroad and just even play for 1 year and see how that feels, how the world is different. So I would recommend you to go, and because I feel like if you go to school, you won't be able to come back to volleyball. That's just my advice, but you obviously will do whatever you feel. A lot of people, when they go to school or work, they just like get on that level and they don't want to do it. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Did you do private lessons and like camps when you were young?
I'm
talking, you know, like my Instagram there's a lot of young kids that wanna be like you, playing college.
Yeah.
You know, it's for the Gators or any team. Did it help you? Like, did you do private lessons or clinics?
Yeah.
Camps?
So like I said, touching the ball as much as you can. I did private lessons all the time, and I went to lots and lots of camps. Growing up, just my high school, we would go to the same camp every summer, and then when Florida started looking at me, I started coming to the Florida camps.
That's probably a smart idea. To show up if someone is talking to you. It's probably a smart idea to show up at their camps and show the interest, right?
Yeah. So that's what I did.
So great advice. I don't know why I almost forgot to ask you. What was the best moment in your volleyball career here in Florida? The best, like one thing that you will remember, or that you will remember forever.
I don't think it's one moment, but one thing that we started to do that I loved is the preseason getaways we do at the beach. I think we make lots and lots of memories there, and I think that's where a lot of me and the girls, we all get to connect. So that's my favorite time.
It's funny because if someone would ask me that question, and I've been here not even 6 months, but the favorite part was when you were sitting in the house and everyone gets like honest and you can just feel the vibe of the room and everyone is kind of, you can just feel it, you know. You can feel it in the air, like everyone is just like open and it's genuine, and everyone says how it feels, and I feel like people should do it more often. But that's my favorite moment. So that's funny that you shared that, because I feel like a lot of people would want that to happen more often, but it's like a sensitive topic. Some people don't like to talk about it, but it's funny because that's my favorite moment. Okay, Tay, thanks a lot. All the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.